Hello guys and welcome to a more or less in-depth tutorial to BeamNG non-repository mods. Without any further ado, let's get to it. First of all, where do you find mods and which sites are safe and have working mods and which don't? Just looking up BeamNG mods will pop up the official BeamNG site Modland, World of Mods and many others. The official BeamNG mod site doesn't have any real cars, but the mods are usually high quality and safe to download. World of Mods has the most amount of mods that I have seen, but that is because they are all of the lowest quality that you can find, only working as reskins of in-game cars. Not a go-to for me. Modland is my favorite and only site that I go to get cars for BeamNG nowadays. Most of them are safe to download, but I'll show you some red flags to keep an eye on when downloading mods. Always look at the pictures. Most of the time, a high-quality description means the modder cares about what he does, so probably a good mod. This can happen sometimes, where the mod can only be bought, but usually it is said in the title, not the case here. This looks like decent screenshots and the title says it's free. We can see all the configs. Like to dislike ratio isn't really a sign, since there isn't enough feedback, but the description is well made and honest. To download, you need to press on this button, and most of the time you will be redirected to another website. Generate the link after closing all the ads and afterwards press the download button twice. First click might open an ad website. Just close it and go back to the download site. If even in the pictures you can see a car on BeamNG stock wheels and weird offset, it is usually a sign of bad mods. Personally, I wouldn't bother anymore with such mods. To download, you have to open your Downloads tab and open the File Explorer where they are located. After that, open your Steam library, Steam Apps, Common, and then BeamNG. Afterwards, go to Content and Vehicles. When you get here, all you have to do is to copy and paste the files to the vehicles folder. It's actually harder to find good mods nowadays compared to installing them. Well done, you have installed your first mod. Now let's check whether you did a good job finding a good car. It's usually not your fault if it's bad. Just so you know, these kind of mods won't be shown in repository, so you have to keep a rough idea of how many mods you have. I have had my game stop working because I had too many mods. I try to keep it under 150 mods total. It sounds like a lot, but when you start downloading them once in a while, it starts adding up, especially if you download packs. Let the test begin!
Fair warning, the load time will get longer the more mods you have, so keep that in mind when you think about how many mods you want to have at the same time. This is already a double good sign, since you have a picture of the car and you can see all the configs. When the car loads in, give it a couple of seconds to load all the textures and afterwards check for missing textures, weird looking paint and or glass like this. This can be caused by outdated mods or by overall bad mods. A quick sound check and start doing a short test drive. Look for wobbly suspension, the car having strong understeer or oversteer, and sometimes the car gets engine damage just by driving it. An interior check shows that this car has a fully custom and working interior, which isn't always the case, so props to the maker of the mod. Some mods don't have any customization to the mechanical side or the looks of the car, what isn't necessarily a bad thing, but this seems to be fine. This seems like a good mods, checking all of my usual boxes, but it has one big deal breaker for me. After test driving it, it felt really understeery, and I wanted to check something, so it turned out it is front-wheel drive only. Also check, there is no rear differential option. This is something I haven't yet seen, but it is for sure a good reason for me to uninstall the mod. Here is a good mod, with beautiful visuals and a nice engine sound. What you are about to see is a pretty common issue with mods that can be confusing to fix the first time you see it. Also, the missing preview is a red flag. The first time this happened, it did spook me, but you should just delete the current car you are driving. Press Shift+C to go into camera mode and travel to the nearest road. After that, spawn a new car and you are set to go. While this Viper is actually a really good mod, it has another issue that makes people uninstall mods that aren't bad. The preview only shows one config and the car spawns in a non-drivable state. This issue is so common that two of my favorite mods are affected by it. To fix it, you just have to go to the config page of the car and just load one of the pre-made configs and work from there. After all of this talk about this being bad and that being wrong, how do you delete these unwanted mods? Let me show you. Step 1 is to find the bad or outdated mods. This is indeed fucked up. Step 2 is to exit the game and go back to the location of the BeamNG folder. Once you're there, open the Content folder and go to Vehicles tab. Search the unwanted mod name, select it, and delete it. Well done, you are back at step 1 of modding. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helped you in your ways of modding. Let me know if you like the new video formats, using text-to-speech and